Alright, everybody, welcome back to Friday the 13th, but not the version you remember. Today we're jumping into Project Beta, a fan-made mod that recreates the original 2016 Friday the 13th beta. This build is still in development, it's rough around the edges, and that's the whole point. It's basically Friday the 13th in its earliest form. Old animations, old models, old UI. Everything feels like stepping back into the beta days. But yeah, with all that explaining, let's just jump straight into what it has to offer. I'm not showing any download links for safety reasons, but I'll walk you through what this mod looks like and how it plays and what makes it different from the final game. Let's get into it. Here's part 3, Jason. This is the classic early look. The textures don't look as good as the base game. Part 2 is here too. You can tell this is an early model. The lighting, the shading, everything's way more basic. It's cool to see how different he used to be. Alright, funny enough, here's part 4, Jason. He was never in the original beta, so this is a fan-added version using early style animation. Still cool seeing him in this older beta environment. Part 5, aka Roy Burns. Same thing, he wasn't in the beta at all. He didn't show up until years later in the full game. So this is more of a what if Part 5 existed back then kind of deal. Part 6 is here, but he wasn't in the original beta either. This is another Jason added in to match the early style of the game, using rougher textures and older animations. Part 7, one of the only Jasons that was actually in the beta. Here's Part 7. This one was in the original beta, the model's rough, the lighting simple, and the animations are super early. Classic preview release Friday the 13th, the game. Part 8 Jason, not in the beta. This one wasn't in the beta at all. He didn't show up until way later in the full game, so what you're seeing here is the same as Part 4. And here's Part 9. Same deal. He was never in the original beta. He wasn't added until the full game's release. So this is another what if kind of situation. But it's still cool to see Jasons that was never playable in the beta, playable in this mod. Jason X. This Jason wasn't even in the original game at all, so he definitely wouldn't be in the beta. This Jason was getting ready to be added to the base game, but then the creators of Friday the 13th had a lawsuit, and the developer of the game, Gun Media and IllFonic, couldn't add this Jason, so the game was left to rot for years until eventually they lost their licensing, and the game servers was shut down in 2024. But it's definitely still cool to see this Jason in Project Beta, considering that he wasn't even released in the actual game. Now we've got Savini Jason. He was never in the original beta, and he wasn't part of the early development builds at all. Savini was a special Kickstarter exclusive skin that was only released with the full game, so there's no version of him in 2016 beta files. What you're seeing here is a fan recreation made to match the early style. It's definitely still cool to see a fan favorite Jason in this Project Beta build. show all the weapons. I know for a fact Sledgehammer is a unreleased weapon. So here's all the unreleased kills. Here we go, there's 4 unreleased kills. The first 3 are normal. The last 4 that I have my mouse cursor on are all unreleased and or modded. Here we go, part 5 Jason Shears. I put arrows on the screen highlighting which kills are modded and or unreleased. The 3 kills that I highlighted with arrows are the ones that are unreleased and or modded. None of the machete kills are unreleased. There's also some unreleased and or modded kills here. I believe the one I have highlighted with the arrow is a pickaxe kill. And this one that now has an arrow on it is a sledgehammer kill. And the last kill that was marked was also a modded kill, but I didn't have enough time to explain it. And all these Jason X kills are all unreleased. The 3 Savini Jason Pitchfork kills I have marked are all unreleased. Now it's time to showcase the old animations.